guys, so I've got myself an automotive part. Actually, it's not an automotive part, it will be an automotive accessory that probably comes in use in an emergency during long drives, as well as at times when you really have nobody around to help and you have to help yourself. So let's go ahead and open up this box and see what's in it. I'll open up this side. Well, not sure if you guys guessed, but this is by a company called Bergmann. It's a tire inflator. I did a couple of searches onto Google to actually check and see which tire inflator would be the best, and a couple of options popped up. However, some of them were too expensive, some of them were a little too cheap, and some of them were priced mid-range with good reviews. So there are other options also within the same price bracket, and it's all up to you as per what you think would be the right one to buy. Now this is my review of this particular product. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to use it for a couple of days, and since I'm doing a long trip, almost 2,000 kilometers, I'm going to evaluate this product and see how it actually works in times of need. So some unique features about this product. Let's push the box aside. So yeah, so it can inflate a standard car tire from 0 to 30 psi in approx 2 minutes. This is what it says. It'll have to be tested and seen. It works on your standard 12 volt power socket from the car. You can also connect it to a bike. So a few details. It says please keep your car engine running. Yeah, this is a very important part. Whenever you're pressurizing the tires to your car, or filling air rather, you should always make sure that the car is kept running, because these inflators do consume a lot of power, which can drain your battery, and then you not only will end up with a flat tire but a discharged battery as well. So always make sure that you carry not only carry, but always make sure that you always have the car running, and maybe an extra set of jumper cables just in case. So let's open the box. Yeah, so here you see the manual, which includes a warranty card. You get different socket options here. So let's open this and see the different. So this is a user manual and warranty card. This is how you use the appliance. This is the model number BCT150. These are the terms and conditions. Here you can quickly read through what are the do's and don'ts. And the certificate of warranty, there's no stamp there, not sure why. Okay, let's see the accessories. So yeah, these are the different accessories. So it comes with 3 different type of pins. So I'm guessing this is for a football, and these are for the different type of tire sockets, valves that you might need to fill. It comes with an extra fuse as well, so that's a good thing in case the fuse does blow off. See the fuse. I'm going to put that back in. Now to open the actual machine. It's pretty standard in size, quite small and compact. You see, this is my palm, or rather this is my palm. This is the size of the unit. So it's not very big. It's compact. The disadvantage is it doesn't come with a bag, so I'll probably need to organize a bag for the same. So here you can see it comes with the gauge. It's a manual gauge. It's got a nice, I'm guessing this is to carry it, not sure, carry it around, I'll have to check. The hose is of really good quality, so you can see it's properly hardwired with a very good quality mesh and strap. It's got a small nozzle here to which you need to tighten the valve. So this is typical. So normally when you're inserting this, you'd probably have a little bit of air leakage. I don't know, I'll have to see it practically and check how it works. There's a small switch here, so I think it's this is the off, this is the light, and the on off, and the on switch. So I think when I power it on, the light automatically comes on. So this is a you see there's a small there are 4 LEDs here to power it on, and I think we should just plug it in and see how it works. That'll give us a fair enough idea of what the product's like. What say? Oh wait, I just found another switch here. So this is an on off, I'm guessing, for the pump, and this is an on off, I'm guessing, for the light. Smart. So in times of when there's no daylight, switch on the light, switch on the pump, and you have both light and air. And during the day you just keep this off and keep the pump running. So typically what happens is when you plug in, the first thing to do is plug in this valve into the tire, start the car, and keep this switch in an off position and the light in the off position. Make sure your car AC is turned off. Plug in this unit into the 12 volt DC power supply of your car, and make sure this valve is properly intact to the tire. Check what the air pressure is. It will probably give you a reading here as to how much air is there in the tire, if there is any, and hit the on button. Let's take a look. So I've opened the valve to the tire. That's this cap. Now what I need to do is take the hose and plug it in. Okay, you need to do this a bit quick, because when you put this in, the pin here gets pressed and you'll notice an air leak, but that's so you need to be a bit quick with that. This is typical with any tire inflator device. So you tighten it nicely. As soon as you do that, let me take you to the machine. You'll see the PSI here. So if you notice, it's 30 PSI. I normally fill 30 in all tires. The recommended is 32 and 30. Let's take a look at connecting the power socket and then filling up some air and see how it works. I forgot to mention that this also has a rubber padding or rubber balls down below, so when the device is on, it won't vibrate a lot, so that's something unique. So let's take a look. Let's power it on and see how it works. So I'm going to put in at least around 33 psi, considering there's only 3 to 4 people who sit in the car. Another unique point is this cable being very long, so I can keep it right behind till the stepney and in the boot, and still, the cable still reach, because it's got a very lengthy cable. So let me power up the unit and start the car up as well. So I've started the car. I'm quite curious to know how this LED works. Oh, it is pretty bright. Let me show you. So in cases where you need to see the inside, it is quite bright LED light. So it's pretty bright here, so you won't really see the effect of the light. Let me turn that off, and let me take the camera a bit lower for you first, I think, so that you can see the PSI. So it is now around 30. I'll pump in 2 more PSI. So you can see it pumps in the air pretty fast. So you can see here it's pumped in almost 2 psi in a few seconds. So that's a lot. Let me take the valve out. Okay. So I think it does its job pretty well. Let me check the second tire. So here, as you can see, there's around 31 psi. Let me put the pump on. So it fills up pretty fast. Within a couple of seconds, you'll see that the air pressure goes up by around 2 to 3 psi, which is pretty quick. So you need not keep the pump, the tire inflator running on for quite some time. You need to monitor that as well, and make sure that your tire doesn't burst at the end of it. So as you can see, I've connected the cable onto the socket. There's a small red LED light that glows onto the adapter. The cable is coming right here, and I'm checking my tire pressure at the back, and it reaches right up to here. So now what I'm going to do is, so the Stepney tire pressure is very low, as you might see. So now I'm going to put the pump on, and चेक करो गट है so it did zero, like almost 10 to close to 30 in a matter of 15 to 20 seconds, which was pretty fast. I'm quite happy with the way it's performing and the rate or speed at which it's pumping the air in. I think I'll put in a little bit more so that it reaches. Yeah. So now what I'll do is I'll take the hose out. So I think it did its job pretty well. I'll unplug the cable and the car and give you a better review post this. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the way the product has performed. It's done a great job as far as filling air. Since I'm doing a couple of drives in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to see how it works and give some more feedback on how it plays its role as a tire inflator and how good a brand this particular product is. As you can see, it's called the Typhoon series. So let's take a look, and yeah, I'll let you know. As I mentioned earlier, this is the brand called Bergmann. I'm really not sure. It seems like a German brand, but I'm not sure if it's manufactured in India or if it's really imported from Germany. I'll have to check the product details for that, but I'll add those details in the description for sure. Take care. Thank you for watching, and do subscribe and like my page.